everybody, and welcome back to Linda Tina TV. If it's not your first time here, if it is your first time, guys, please go ahead and subscribe. Check out my older videos and find something you like. My channel is a cocktail, so I'm sure you'll find something. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 2020, things we are living in 2020, lessons we have learned in 2020. As I film this, we're in the last week of the year. We know that this year has been a little bit special, just a little bit. It's been different, and it has treated us in different ways. Of course, because of the pandemic and everything that has been happening, but also it's been a year where some people have experienced different changes in their lives. So I'm going to be sharing with you lessons this year has taught me and how are we moving forward into 2021. The first thing that this year has taught me is to appreciate the little things. I know that sounds cliche, but this year has taught me how the things we take for granted, the things we are so used to having, that when they are taken away from us, we realize how important they are. For example, the freedom to move and be out and interact with people, the connections we make. And I don't mean connections with our friends, our closest friends and family. I mean even the connection you make with the guy at the bookstore, the guy at the train station, the guy, the people we interact with on a daily. Because of the situation of this year, we've had times where everything is locked down and we have to stay indoors and we don't have these interactions. These are some of the little things that I have now grown to appreciate even more. Another thing that this year has taught me is how fast things can change, how fast people can change. So usually we are protected and we feel safe in our comfort zones, in those places where things are the same, where things are familiar. But this year, we can agree that many of us have seen different changes in our life. Personally, I have met new people and also lost these people. But I realized that situations and lives can change in a blink, like in a blink. 1 minute, if I can tell you, 1 minute, one thing can be X and the next it can be Z, and it's out of your control. My life, I will tell you, has been different in January. And now in December, the end of the year, I feel like it's a totally different life. I mean, not so many months ago, I had my job, I was climbing up in my career, there were so many different options, and just like that, the job was gone, and there were no options at all. So I was like, oh my God, how can life change and flip just like that? It happened. So this year has taught me that we need to be flexible and adaptable to change. If change bothers you so much, I think it's going to be a problem moving forward. So let's enter the new year ready for change. Anything can happen at any time. Resilience. I'd like to think that I usually have this in my character as a person, but this year has tested me, has tested us so much, where we were out of options. I live in Italy, so as you can imagine, the current situation has been very heavy on us in this country, where we had to stay in our homes for 3 months without stepping out at all. And we had to have resilience for our kids, for our families, for everyone else that was surrounding us, if you were surrounded by anyone. For those who were living alone, it's even harder that we had to stay strong, And so this year has taught me to be stronger than I always thought I was. Guys, there are times you feel, I'm strong, I can do this. But there are times where you actually have no option, and the only option is to be strong. This year has been a very good test of that. I know many of the things I'm mentioning are related to the current situation in the whole world, but some of these are not even related to what's going on around the world, but related to me as a person. This year, I've experienced my lowest moments, honestly. If you asked me before, what has been your saddest moment, what has been your lowest moment, it would have taken me a while to think about it, honestly. But now if you ask me what has been my lowest moment, I'll come and tell you without thinking about it that at a certain time in this year, I have experienced the lowest moments of my life, my entire life. So that has also been something. I think sometimes, like the saying goes, you need to hit rock bottom before you get up. And I would like to think that that's what these moments were there for, to just hit the worst that can happen and then come up again. Now, much as I say that I've hit the lowest moments this year, I've experienced some of the things that have taught me so much about myself this year, which actually brings me to the next lesson I've learned this year. I've gone through a lot of self-discovery. I feel like this year has taught me so much about myself as a person, my capabilities, my emotions, my mental state, you know. It's been a year of so much growth, and not only because of what has been going on, but because it was the year, I don't know, maybe it was the year that this was meant to happen. So it's been a year of so much self-discovery, so much self-growth and understanding myself as a person, which I think is one of the highlights for me in this year. So ladies and gentlemen, without making this video too long, I would like to hear from you guys the lessons you've learned this year. Not necessarily because of what has been going on, but even you as a person, what have you discovered about yourself this year? What have been the high moments and the low moments for you? I'd like to hear from you guys. Other than that, see you in my next video, and do remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be updated when I have a new video. Happy New Year.